Ladies and gentlemen, it's a beautiful day, a beautiful Tuesday here. I'm blessed to have my guys again right here. I have Old Taker, kinetic with old pictures, chilling, chilling, chilling. This is a bumper packed package of NSFUSA, McKinney, while we look to Las Vegas, where we try to go in there as invincible as possible to fly like eagles and go win that trophy. We have a maker, the retired but not tired, over 40 players, still giving it his all. One of the top players right there. And we have Mr. Jimmy, Storm FC CEO. He's currently ahead, he's in Cuba right now, sipping
Yes,
some
yes.
sipping
No,
some something and relaxing after winning. Guys, welcome to the podcast. What are you drinking, Jimmy?
oh, this is my go-to drink, Long Island.
Long Island. I have my go-to, if you can see, is Villa M. And Kinetic, what do you have right there?
Zobo.
Zobo.
No wonder they call her Old Taker.
Oteka. Emeka, what do you have drinking right there? We can't see it. Emeka, what are you
I have
drinking?
my expensive New York drink.
Oh, you know what? They said that was the bottle. What do you call them? That's the bottle. Which team gave you guys 6-0
Nah, let's not go there. Let's not go there.
what's the name of that team? Remind me. What's the name of the team that
Maracana Ballers.
Maracana Ballers
Kana.
gave it? So the drink, you see, carry that carton, go New York, the drink.
That one will then give us don't finish since
You
now
know,
1738 they give us that time.
So, ladies and gentlemen, this is a time we're gonna chill. We're gonna drink. We're gonna drink and sip, and just talk about McKinney, man. How wonderful that tournament was. How great it was. So, guys, welcome, man. Jimmy, quickly, man. What stood out for you, McKinney, in terms of organization and everything for that tournament?
man, I think McKinney, man, everything was top notch. I would say from the planning, everything. We knew uh, coming to McKinney, right? The executive had everything laid out, transparency, uh, game time ahead. Everything stood out. So everything was good. I just like the way everything was properly organized. You could you could tell that the executive put so much effort into McKinney. It was just I just loved that everything was properly organized. Things were moving smoothly. A lot of the work was done behind the scene, but I really give you guys the props for that.
Kinetic, you're part of the executive committee, man. Just were you surprised at how good McKinney went at the end of the day? I know we put so many things into planning, but when everything came to fruition, what did you think about that tournament from an executive standpoint?
Always believed that the last would be the stepping stone for the next. And so in McKinney, I wasn't expecting anything other than what we got. In fact, I felt internally there were some places we could have done better, but with the amount of efforts that we have been putting in over the years, every tournament should be better than the last.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah, and Emeka, you came from New York. I remember you telling me you guys were going to win. Did McKinney supersede your expectation? Because I remember after Maryland, if you do remember after the tournament, you called me aside and you were complaining about certain things. You were telling me things we need to move, things we need to do better. And one of the reasons I would not go further, but some of the changes we had were conversations that you and I had about how we think this tournament can go better. What do you think about McKinney? How did you feel about McKinney coming in?
No, I think so far though, McKinney is the best. Like Kinetic said, every year we need to be doing better than the previous year. So far, since I've been going to the NSF USA tournament, McKinney is the best that we've organized. Like we proved it that we can do an over 40 tournament and the open tournament at the same time with a lot of teams. We had
Mm,
38 teams in McKinney
yes,
and everything went, fine. The
smoothly.
facility was good. The organization was great. And then this year too, you guys did something that was great. Like you provided water for the teams. and ice and everything. It was just, it was nice. Like McKinney, the only thing I'll say that didn't really go well was the hotel. We talked about it. We didn't
Yeah,
have enough, enough time to do our normal socializing
yeah,
because for me, I don't know for other people, I go to this tournament to meet, people from, back home that I know that are in other states. So it's not just only the game. We still need to, socialize as well too.
yeah.
So
I
I
do
think
agree.
no, I think McKinney went well, and that's because of you guys. You guys listened to our feedback and took our feedback and put them into actions, which kind of like led to one of the best tournaments.
Yeah, man. Hey, it seems I'm the only one drinking. What's going on, guys? This is supposed to be a chill and drink moment, man. Why my own cup different from everybody cup? Now, what did they happen? Huh?
Because you did drink wine now.
Because you are the only one that has never lifted the
The trophy.
NSFUSA trophy.
Hey, cheers to that. Cheers to that. Cheers to that.
So let's dive in, man. Group A. Kinetic, your hand follow for the draw for that group A. You pick some kind things. We had the flamboyant high IQ Gamtex. We had LA Eagles. We had Aurora way eye the red like they won't come collect something. And then we had Chicago Old Takers. Over 10, 15 years now, nothing they suck for that team. Man, Jimmy, when you saw that group, man, what were you thinking, man?
Man, that group, I was really, really expecting, I think, a lot from that group. Aurora, right? Aurora is like top boys in Houston. Like I guess I don't see them play, but I've been following them on IG, seeing their games. I know that they were coming for fire. They were one of the teams I was actually expecting picking to win NSFUSA last
Wow.
year. Actually, yes, Aurora was one of that team, right? So, and I know Game Tex. I know what they have, right? I know Game Tex have, Spanish boys. They will play good
Guardiola.
soccer and all that stuff.
Temu
Guardiola.
Guardiola.
What the real Guardiola? Come
No,
on, come on.
Temu. He said Temu
So I
Guardiola.
know Game Tex too
But
well.
he lost the battle now. We talked about it
We
before the
He
talked
lost.
about
tournament.
it now, and
Hey,
he
wait,
has
wait,
a
wait.
porous. He has a 20 something. Is it 15% winning percentage in NSF? That can be
Wait, you
Guardiola.
can't judge someone by just one this thing. So
Now, I
LA
He
think
has
I
this
think
No,
man.
he's been to
He's
NSFUSA
been in
before.
yeah,
NSF
it's
years
not his first
before.
time now.
It's not his
Yeah,
first time.
he's a very cheap Guardiola.
No,
In
he lost the
Nigeria,
battle
he's
wait,
with
just
wait,
the
give
like
me.
mouth
He's
with the
already
mouth that he
So
made.
he's
you
just
fail, you fail
Yeah,
once, you
catch
fail
me
twice.
now.
Give him the
no,
third try.
no,
So
no.
third
He's
try.
just like
With the amount of
no. He's
bickering
a
and all
Temu.
the
Yo,
so
with the mouth
no,
with the mouth he made in the
we should
group chat.
automatically withdraw the name Guardiola from him. The real Guardiola resides in New York.
Yeah, with the mouth
Besides.
he made in the
Yes.
group chat. He was even asking for us in New York and his team to play so they can judge. He can't even come out from your group.
Well,
Like,
so LA Eagles, honestly, I don't know much about LA Eagles, so I didn't really, I couldn't really like see what, but I knew that I was thinking Aurora, Game Text, and Otaker, was that Chicago? I was
Yeah,
thinking that
call them old
Chicago,
taker. They are really old taker.
I
Old
was thinking
takers.
that Chicago team, all three of I thought they would come this year with fire because last year, honestly, Chicago was bad in Maryland, even though they went to quarterfinal or something
Quarterfinals,
like that.
they were
But
bad, yeah.
they were bad because we played them last our third game storm, and I wasn't impressed at all. Before coming to NSFUSA, even though I used to hear a lot of good things about Chicago. So, but I was thinking that they would come this year, it was going to be different. So I thought that group was going to be this. But obviously, Aurora kind of, I think they swept everyone. So, which was,
Yeah,
so I
Aurora
was
had 9 points. They
9 points, right?
Dakbo I was red. He
It was
came.
red. So, I
Kanesi,
started fearing Aurora. But
yeah.
unfortunately, soccer is if you don't win, your chances. I saw Game Tex and LA Eagles. That game was fire. But I was just so surprised how Game Tex could not beat uh, Chicago as bad as Chicago looked because I saw their game and I was
You
like,
know,
this team
you
should
know,
be.
Jimmy, with Chicago, from the first time they got out of the hotel, they got into the bus, and when they got into the field, I saw Emeka age mate, body size, body frame, captain. Even he was even bigger than you, Emeka. With all due
yeah, I
respect,
saw the
bigger.
guy, the Chicago
And he's
captain. Yeah.
their main center back. I say, it's finished. You know, they say Jesus wept in the cross. It was finished at that point. Kinetic, you're in Houston, man. What do you think about Group A? Were you surprised how Aurora dismantled the serial loser like Atiku Abubakar for Nigeria election? That's Temo Guardiola right now. Were you surprised how Aurora scattered that group from start to finish?
I was not surprised. The only I was not surprised. I was disappointed. See, I was not surprised. I was disappointed at Guardiola.
Oh.
You're disappointed at the serial loser?
I was just disappointed.
Temu, please address the word. Temu Guardiola.
Truth be told, I had measured his boasting as against what I saw in Houston when he came for the New Horizon competition. I saw that game. I was impressed then. But you see, when you go to local underground competitions, it doesn't fit the scenario of NSFUSA. Because, of course, you and I saw that game when Aurora played Gamtex in the New Horizon competition.
Yeah.
Like months before NSFUSA. They were playing it in a waterlogged. They were playing it in a waterlogged field, and the rumors then was that Aurora begged for a draw. But when ball bounced on a great pitch, when correct ball bounced in a super competition, Gamtex had no explanation as to what hit them. So it looked to me as if those guys are so local that it was only because they were playing in that waterlogged pitch that they had something against them.
You know, it's Gambia. They don't have facilities. You know, that's the kind of facilities that they have.
Where the facilities were good, they had no answer.
They miss.
So that's why I was disappointed.
You know, all the math, make all the math. You know, Gamte. You know, one team. I'm telling you guys, read my lips. If LA Eagles carry the same team, and they carry them come next year for Las Vegas, the LA Eagles team I saw were very good. They were unlucky. They were a very good team. Emeka, let's go to Group B quickly. Calling Stars, the old takers with average age of over 38. We have Diamond FC. There was nothing diamond. It was all copper and bronze. We had El Paso Eagles. They traveled all the way to El Paso and they used Juju for Pan Africa that first game. And we had Pan Africa at 52, still starting and captaining a team in the open tournament. What do you think? Calling Stars topped that group, I think, with 9. Yeah, Calling Stars had 9 points in that group.
Yes.
Pan Africa finished with 4. Eastern Vipers finished with, I think, with 4, and Diamond finished with...
No.
Vipers sorry.
Vipers was not.
Sorry. El Paso finished with 1, and Diamond, I think, finished with 1. Emeka, this group we all knew Calling Stars was going to bury everybody in that group and put them inside coffin. What do you think? Did the group pan out the way it should have panned out?
So I would say he did because Calling Stars definitely, won the group. But the surprising part for me was Pan Africa. I didn't know about the other teams like that, but I know in previous tournaments, Pan Africa has not been.
Pan Africa had never come to the.
No, they were BAFC.
They were BAFC.
No, I was looking at them with the same eyes of BAFC.
BAFC,
yeah. So I was looking at them with that same eyes. That no matter how they split to go from, they could still carry the same, the same leg. So I didn't expect them to come second for that group.
You were thinking they were going to finish first?
No, I was thinking they would even come out of the group.
You were thinking they were not even going to come out.
They didn't come out. They didn't come out.
They didn't come out. Sorry, I was thinking they won't even come second, is what I was going to say.
Oh, yeah. With that fine JC and have the best JC.
Yeah, I know now. They always get.
No, don't disrespect Pan Africa. You are disrespecting them because that Pan Africa team.
They always get tracksuit.
That Pan Africa team.
They get the guy where they do live now.
That Pan Africa team, they disrespect them. No disrespect that team.
You know when I know they go lose again.
When my guy, I think talk shit about it.
He was 52 in Chicago. He's 58 now. At 58 was still captaining the team and still running around. it was done. Kinetic, you saw that group. We all knew how that group was going to pan out. But for me, I felt Pan Africa was going to finish with 6 points. Because you know what? When they played El Paso Eagles, El Paso just came from over 15 hours drive from El Paso to Dallas. And when they came, they entered field play, and that game, they could not win that game.
Pretty much with regards to that group. I think the thing there is Ogbe was, he did not look at Panafric as a new name. He came into the competition feeling like, I've been here, seen that, done that. And so he didn't pick and choose his battles. He should have he put too much into trying to get a result from the calling game.
Yeah, true. He had no choice at that point because he had already drawn with
that's the thing. He should have what he should have done from the onset is, before you come to any competition, that's exactly how I go about it. I know the ones that I can win. I know the ones that I shouldn't even try. He should not have tried with regards to calling at all. He should have ensured that El Paso chop correct.
Yeah.
And the other guys, they chop correct with numerous goals on those two sides.
Yeah.
He would have gone through.
He would. That's a bad.
And it's very painful. And it's very painful because we Calling Stars, we played Pan-African. I would have loved for other teams in other groups to have tasted Pan-African in a knockout game. You would have cried. Those guys were 6 feet. Those guys were 6 feet. The average height in with Pan-African is 6 feet. And they were very physical. They were physical, 6 foot, and they were young. You see, one thing that we are not even talking about so far since the tournament ended is that Atlanta team that got to the finals. That Atlanta team is very, 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 very physical and good. That Atlanta team, anyways, what I would say about Atlanta team right now is we
have not entered Atlanta yet. We are going to go to.
But the Atlanta team was mirroring Pan-African, so I just was a little bit. I would have loved that Pan-African be showcase themselves in the later rounds.
Yeah,
this year,
shoulder, woulda, coulda. So they could come next year.
Vegas Day,
and if I see Ogbe again starting in that team, we'll get problem. I know they are not.
You guys should not let him register for Open.
I'll make sure I take that appeal. So Group C, let's quickly go to Group C. Group C, we had the darling, mighty, invisible Eagles. We had UASCFC. We have Bendel, and we had Safari FC of Kenya. That was a group that even do we even need to go into that group because the same thing we predicted, everything happened.
That group is the group that gave Invisibles Flying Eagles and everything, because I walked into that game against one team and Invisible was playing as if they were playing men against toddler. It wasn't no. This is not men against boys. It was men against toddler. Every attack now go. Everything. I'm like, then NSFUSA will come.
You know the funny thing? Safari, when they were registering, they said we are the Kenyan champions.
Oh my!
I see NSF, they said we are the Kenyan champions of the South.
Again, that's why
NSFUSA, please, by all means, if that team want to wear up NSFUSA, we should not let that happen again.
Again, that's why I was sorry for Ogbe, because Ogbe mentioned then before the competition, that he would like that the Safari be brought to this group. If that had happened, Ogbe would have qualified. And
Yes.
it would have been difficult to beat Ogbe in the
No,
knockout
no,
stages.
Ogbe would have drawn. Ogbe would have drawn. They don't have experience. Now remember,
Ogbe would not have drawn those
uh,
Safari boys.
Anything
No
will beat
way.
that Safari team. You guys almost gave them 14-0.
Ogbe would not have drawn.
Anything. What?
Yeah.
Come on. Come on.
the story in town is Safari will be coming, but they will be going the Schomburg route. They will be going over.
Okay, that's a good thing. Please, not in
They will be
open.
Schomburging. Safari will be Schomburging.
I beg, cause no. Cause that game, I was like, what's happening here? Everything, go. I said, referee, I better end this game now.
Oh boy, let's go to Group D. I'm not gonna keep relaxed. So Group D was we had DGE, we had the Giant Slayers, Mamba FC, we had Storm FC, and we had our usual customers. Thanks for coming, Boston Eagles.
Those ones are regular.
You see the joy of NSFUSA, this particular competition. The joy, and if I wanted to find a poster child for NSFUSA, I'll put Boston Eagles. I'll put them there. You see, these guys celebrate every goal they get. I remember when in Chicago, they scored 1 after we had pumped them with 5. They celebrated that 1. They are the guys that come to the competition to enjoy every bit of it. They celebrated that 1 goal as against the 5 that they had conceded, and that's the joy of the competition. So as much as possible, you can laugh, you can say that and all of that, but trust me, one thing that I am sure of, as against the Gamtex, is that I am sure that I will see Boston Eagles in Las Vegas. I can say that of Gamtex.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So, Emeka, looking at this group, we had DGE, we have Mamba, we have Storm, we have Boston. This was a group where everybody agreed that DG will rip everybody for this group. The second was between Storm and Mamba, but we gave Storm the slight advantage. I would say Mamba at best to finish 3 points, and Boston, as usual, it was how many goals they will concede and take back to Boston. But on the first game, they said there's an upset alert. Mamba making their debut, they beat DGE in that game and make a 2-1.
I would like to rephrase. On that first game was the only game Mamba came to play. Period.
That was the only game they came to play, right?
Period. As long as they won, they got something from that game, Mamba was happy. And that's because everything Mamba has to reflect on that 5'0" guy. So he had before that they boasted and all of that. So that game was the only game he came to the competition to play. After that game, he released all his players and he was free
and that group, because like for Mamba, for example, I knew about them from the group chats.
Yeah.
You know, with the comments that they were making there, I was expecting them to go through from the group. You know, especially when I think they won you guys Texas Challenge or something. And
it was over 40.
So it made me felt like it was over 40 they won. Oh, I thought it was
I don't mind what he's saying. They won over 40 beer panel players.
Yeah. So I had high hopes for them coming out of the group because of the chat. Because I don't know the team, I don't know how they played. But I was surprised that they didn't make it from the group. And these I know strong.
I somewhat was not surprised because you see the reason why you would have heard of them from the group chat is because the representative of Mamba, Ade, has been a long-serving member, backroom staff of Colin. And so he was with us throughout our winning years. And then he defected. Long story short, he stole 40% of these players.
That's another thing too. He stole some players, so I thought he'd be strong.
So he defected and he stole 40% of his
players. Jimmy, you were part of that. I need to tell you guys a story. So Jimmy was playing. As a matter of fact, the first day, The first day we came to McKinney on, was it on Thursday, right? Thursday. So I saw Ade and I saw Emeka, the coach of Dallas Eagles.
Dallas.
And Emeka was telling Ade, say, how many you want? Make I beat you. So Ade was like, how many? You want 2, 3, 4? How many? So when they played that first match and they won, can I tell you if you remember, we're having an executive meeting. Ade walked in with Charlie and
He
took this.
walked in and went to tell the vice president, go
Yeah,
and lay my bed.
go and lay my bed. So we told him, I said, when you play Storm, I already told him on Saturday evening, I can guarantee you something by 3:40 p.m. You will pack your bag and you will go. So that Saturday, the first game, they were playing Storm. I was just walking on my own. No, I said, let me come see. The next thing I saw on the bench, the referee just gave a day red card. Then I looked at the scoreboard. I think it was about 4-0. So Ade was walking to my face. So me, I just kept quiet. I was like this. I just covered my face. For no reason, Ade just looked at me. What are you laughing at? He started going expletives, and I'm like, oh my God.
Mimi, looking back at what you just said, let's assume Ade did not personalize these battles. And Jimmy was not mad at him for saying he would barbecue him the day before just because he had beaten DG. If Ade had lost that particular game 1-0, he would have gone through.
He would have gone through, yeah.
So, in earnest, what killed Mamba was Ade.
Jimmy, you were in that
He said he was going to roast Storm.
Jimmy, you were in that group. Give us insight, man. What were you thinking?
You know, the funny thing, the game we played Boston our first game, and you will say our worst game in the tournament was against Boston.
Because Boston, they carry their energy. Now they have battery. Their battery is just for that one game. As he finished
that one, it was against Boston. I think at first half, it was 0-0.
What? 0-0?
First half, it was 0-0 against Boston.
Wow.
It was like, you know, fresh off Boston and stuff like that. I was like, our starters, we had to take out our starters before we scored against Boston.
Wow.
Literally, we had to. So that game against Boston, it was just this and stuff like that. You know, when you know the way you're playing, when you play in a game, you know you score sooner or later. Just playing, we weren't scoring, wasn't going our way. We were like, okay, let's change things out. We took our starters, we scored, we gave them 2, 3, but it was still a bad game. So it was good. Then we're like, okay, we won this game. Our tougher game is gonna be next on Saturday. Because even if we were still shaking, it's gonna be Mamba. We still have Mamba and DGE. And Mamba already beat DGE. You're like, we are in trouble. Because Mamba beating DGE. DGE that I know, DGE is still very good. DGE has been in the final for the last 2 years or so that have been coming to NSFUSA 3 years. So like, wow, this is gonna be tough for us. So I'm like, okay, cool. I got home, you know, me, I'm locked in this, and this year I was locked in. I didn't think I saw anybody from the field.
I know it was a closed door session.
Yeah, it was a closed door. Storm out from the field to where we are. So I'm already thinking, this is going to be bad. I've already heard your voice all year. You know, they abuse me all year long. Say, if you can't do Saturday, no go good. So I just see that message for 11 o'clock where I never sleep, or 12 o'clock, say, we go barbecue Storm for next day. I say, this is this thing. First thing I said, this is good. I take that screenshot, say, make I not forget. I put them. I say, I have my experienced players where I just need to tell them, say, this guy said they will barbecue you for this thing.
Came in the morning. I those young players.
I don't talk them. I don't tell them, say they say they go barbecue you. We start that game against Mamba. They don't chop 2 like 4, 5, 7 minutes. Boom, boom. You don't chop. I didn't know. See, you know, they play. But I say they just chase shadow. Just they chase shadow. It's like you are not just beating people. You are making them run. So those guys are mad. So I don't vex them. I don't tell them, say they go barbecue you. And we have a player. We have guys who say they are good. So I did just they find anything. You know, you beat them totally. I did say he can't do anything now to even go and abuse ref. So that game, good thing for us, right? We beat that game. We're like, okay, at that point, we don't get 6 points. no matter what, we don't qualify because everything our strategy, right? Then we know our last game is against DG. No matter the outcome of that game, we don't do maths, we don't put 2 and 2 together. So and stuff like that. And not to say every player that we brought to the tournament, everybody, they're good players. So nobody say I rest players because of DG, because there'll be rumors.
That was a good game. That was a good game.
Yes. So it wasn't like say we just bought football. Tournament is a game of numbers. I would say that our guys were fresh on Sunday because of what we did against the JGE. Because our third game, we had to rotate a lot of players.
Yeah.
Because we had to rotate a lot of players. When we played on Sunday, we were still fresh. So I give it up to DGE because I'm not going to say that on podcast right now. No, I'm not going to say it on our call here. But DGE exposed something on Saturday on our team that we spoke about Saturday night before quarterfinal. I'm glad we played DG because they exposed something that we didn't get from Boston and DG, and which we fixed that. The group of guys that I have, we fixed that before our quarterfinal game against Colin. So I give my respect to DG. I'm glad they exposed that for us that Saturday.
You see, the good thing is Nimi, we all saw that DG versus Storm. We saw that game.
That was the highest drawing game in that tournament.
It was a very high intensity game, and DG knew that they had to get something from it to get to the next thing. Because of course, Vice VP Charlie, he knew he was going to be in for it if he does not qualify for the next round. So he put everything into it, and they did get some results. But you see, after that game against DG, and then the results came out that we were playing. It was not direct, but then the results came out that we were playing Storm in the quarterfinals. It was Ogbe that I confided in. I told Ogbe, you have finished me, because as of Saturday evening, Ogbe's team everybody was bandaging and all of that. I just told Ogbe, whichever one comes, because as of Saturday night, we were not sure. There was a debate who made it to the 8th, because we finished as the number one ranked team. So we were going to play against the number 8 team. And so we were not sure it was, but then either way, I just told Jimmy, we are not going to make this one. We can't go past these guys. Those guys were running and all that. Because if you are going to be running, like you said, we knew that we were missing players and all of that. So the gimmick where you said you wanted to play everybody, maybe you should not have done that. If you had gone out and actually did beat DG, if you beat DG there, you would have been first. Definitely, I would not have been meeting Storm in quarterfinals. And then it would have been Mamba that qualifies by edge.
Ade almost killed me. Say, say, why you don't always play and stuff? But Ade almost killed me. Say, why? No, be say the same Storm I play, say DG beat. Say, I say, Ade say, I said, tournament now, a game of numbers. If you don't qualify, you have to. We have 3 more games to play for Sunday, and we are bringing these guys here. We have emotions. We have guys. People say you can't bring them here and say, they don't play, or things like that. So all of those.
That's how you won. That's how you won the entire war. Ade fights battles. He's not winning any war. He's just fighting battles.
Let's go to Group E real quick. Group E, we had Dallas Elephants. These elephants were like squirrels in that we had recently, the past 2-3 years, BAFC, since Ogbe moved from PDP to APC, went to go from APC, we have BAFC have turned to the second Boston Eagles, and we had Atlanta Eagles making their comeback, solid. And we had New York Eagles. New York Eagles they play good football, but I think inexperience really killed.
Yeah.
Because
I think it was just bad luck.
We'll go to their quarterfinals, but they beat Atlanta Eagles in that group stage easily.
Listen, I think it was just bad luck.
Kinetic, hold on. Let's go to Emeka.
I agree.
Part of New York Eagles. What was the message coming into this tournament based on last year when you guys went out in the quarterfinals in the PK shootout. What was that message coming in with Coach Guardiola coming into this tournament? What was the mandate?
So this time we didn't expect the team to even do what they did. Because of everybody knew what was the constraints to the tournament, where guys cannot come because of immigration and all this stuff. So a lot of our old guys, like a lot of people were, skeptical about going to Texas. So these guys that you saw we came with were like last minute kind of thing. This is the first time they are playing together. So we're not expecting like too much. We were just going there to say, okay, we want to participate and, giving, their best. But after the first game and the second game, the way they played,
they won all
we
3
started,
games.
Yeah, we started having high hopes, and then we won Atlanta for the last game.
I was not in that game.
Yeah, so we won Atlanta, and so we felt like this is a good team, but the problem we had was we didn't have enough players. It was like 16. We came with 16, or it was initially, I think, 15, and we finally added 16 players.
Oh,
and
man.
All of them were just they were young boys.
Young boys, yeah.
All of them were young boys, no experience like that. That was what killed us in that quarterfinal. And then, like Kinetti said too, luck wasn't on our side because that game, you know how many times we hit the bar?
But you were 2-0 up with maybe 15
2-0 up in the first half.
Yeah.
Beginning of the second half, we had a chance to score 3-0. We missed it. Then they scored 1. We had a chance to score 3-1. The dribble keeper hit the post, immediately we didn't score that one. I say this game go hard. The next thing they scored 2-2, they scored 3-2.
That was it.
And they scored 3-2. We still had like 15 minutes to play. You can imagine the 3 goals came so fast.
That's Kinetic, you wanted to say
I was
something?
mad, man. I was mad
because somebody was mentioning it's something about luck in soccer. The definition is the element of luck in soccer. And it can only be bad luck that made Atlanta trump New York in that game. It can only be bad luck.
I was mad because
during the group game, Atlanta did all the playing. New York, they were young, they were fast. And I remember what the coach for Atlanta mentioned. He said the next time he's coming, anybody that is age 30 is not coming with him.
Wow.
See,
he wants to go
anybody
younger.
that he says he's going younger. And I was looking at my own side. I'm like, what are you talking about?
So guys, so with the 8 group teams we had from Group A, we had Aurora come out. From Group B, we had Collins Stars come out. From Group C, we had Invisible and Bendel. From Group D, we had DGE and Storm. And from Group E, we had New York and Atlanta. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll come back to the quarterfinals on the next podcast, but let's go to the over 40 right now. Jimmy, you didn't play the over 40. I think you were concentrating this year just on the open, but I can authoritatively tell you the best soccer for McKinney was played in over 40. You had top players like Patrick Vieira in that middle. You had a maker right there. You had players. Over 40 was the first time it was very competitive.
Guys,
Over 40 was playing, and you felt some over 40 teams could play in the open.
Let me tell you a story. So, when we played on Friday, our first game was on Friday, calling against Diamonds.
Yeah.
Easily, we beat them. That's the opening game. And then over 40.
They beat you guys.
Listen,
okay.
In the open, we played against Diamond. We beat them easily. Boom.
Yeah.
And then in the evening, it was the over 40. Calling against Diamonds again in the evening. So, the funny thing with regards to the way the groups were paired together, Group A was always going to play Group B. And in Group A, is calling Invincible and I can't remember.
I think Storm.
whoever calling plays, Invisible will play. After that game, when we played Diamonds, we scored first, but then they did their thing. They beat us. And then I saw Nimi at the hotel. I just told him, Nimi, you see these guys that we just finished playing today? You are playing them tomorrow morning. No bother. They will beat you.
Nimi's team that could barely beat a team that came with 7. A team that played with 7. Nimi that I didn't watch over 40 like that, but I saw Invisibles over 40 playing Storm over 40, that their guys were still at the airport landing, and it took Invisibles almost last 10 minutes of the game to score 1 goal. And Nimi almost took somebody's head off because Nimi was in goal and they could have even lost. All I could hear is Nimi shouting after the game that, "How you guys did your own deal." I said,
it was the worst game. You know one thing about life. Sometimes God will help you. Me and Kinetic will talk all the time. So when we were playing Storm, I said, So we said before we left Houston, we said we need goals. So we need goals. So Kinetic, we need goals. So when we came into the game, we checked in. I saw Storm jogging. They had about 5 players or 6. So I was saying, referee.
Was it Storm? No, it was early.
No, our first game was against Storm. Against Jimmy.
It was against Storm.
So I said, referee, start the game, start. So when they started, the 7th guy was running in. I said, God, this God that answers prayers. We will score 10-0. Oh boy, when we started, the 7 players, we are playing more than the 10 players. And after first half, I was shocked. I said, what is going on? I cleaned my eyes. I said, are there 7 players and we're 11? And we can't, oh boy, it was crazy. After the first match, we lost that game 1-0. As Kinetic said, I saw him walking. I said, Kinetic, how far with Diamond? Kinetic said, no, just boy.
When I said don't bother,
don't bother.
Of course, I play with Invisible. They are our next door neighbors. I go to their training and all that. You see, we scored first. We had very fast attackers. We scored first, but then we couldn't hold on the pressure that came afterwards. By the time these guys scored their second goal, I had my hands in my pockets. I was watching them pass.
No, I think the team was good, but they didn't end up making it. They had 9 points.
They won all their games.
Yeah,
they
had 9 points, but
they had 9 points.
They have one
people like Colin did not allow them to score too many goals. They beat us 2-1.
Yeah, but they needed 1 goal to qualify. Yeah. So Emeka, I watched your game. You were playing, and the only thing I was hearing from Emeka was, I think they were winning like 3-0. He was like, I said, I'm going to win. He said, score goal. It wasn't like, I said, man.
Yeah, because goals matter.
Goals matter.
Yeah, like we had this guy, we don't dribble keeper. They dribble the keeper 2 times again. I was like, wouldn't be this, man. Would they lead 4-0? It don't matter. You got to score this thing.
You know, funny story is New York. Last year, New York imported some guys from the United Kingdom. This year they came
and they still carry.
I'm telling you, last year I was with my friends.
Relax. No, they go because you know I'm going to say you're going to talk.
So New York put that effort over 40. They forget the
effort. See, because you know the guy, that's why you talk like this. He's our friend. He's his friend too. He knows him. In brother day for DG. In brother day for DG too.
You do visa for him to come. Stop disappoint us this year. What happened with your over 40 team?
Stop open. That's over 40.
Over 40.
That's a conversation for later. I would say. I just know where preparation, if you are not fully prepared. So I would say with over 40, which is just disappointing because going to the final for Maryland and coming
we
to
expected
this.
they are one of the
Yeah,
top
we
teams.
expected a lot more. It was just, I would say the effort, everything, then, it didn't apply because we have guys coming in late. They were still at the airport. They no time of the distance, but it was just, I think that's a conversation for later. I was disappointed myself. So, but
Yeah.
I
But
think
but one thing you should know though, don't compare the Maryland tournament with this one.
Yeah, the standard.
This one was far higher than the Maryland one. In
I
Maryland,
I,
the
I mean,
team
I
that we
agree.
came with,
we play small field in Maryland too.
the team that New York came with
Yeah.
would have won that tournament easily in Maryland. I'm telling you.
No.
We just had that let me wait. Let me
watch on
explain.
again.
Let me explain now. The team that we came with would have won that tournament in Maryland easily. Like the team that we came with in Maryland was even stronger than the team that we came with.
So what happened? What happened?
So let me explain. Let me explain. The luck that Kinetic talked about wasn't on our side.
That's soccer, though. It could be said.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just telling you.
No,
so don't judge based on.
Calling happened. That was the reason you did it.
One long throwing, just hit by player for head.
Now soccer. So I would say.
So this guy lied down. They lied down till the end of the game.
So with over 40, right? You could say teams were prepared for over 40. Now the teams will win the tournament. Yes. We're really prepared because over 40, I'm 100% sure say it's not be say skill level or anything is as much as higher than anything. If you come prepared, ready to play, is the distance. You can't come to over 40 with 10, 11 guys thinking you're going to beat anybody. It's not going to happen in soccer. New York, you guys came. I'm sure. I think I saw a game. You guys came prepared, ready to play. Even your guys, they all say, see these guys, they 40. I mean, they not be 40. They under 40.
No. Jimmy, let me correct you. I beg, not be every team will come say level. I'm looking at the table right now. El Paso Eagles played 3 games. They did not score 1 goal. They considered 15 goals. They scored 0, considered 15. So they don't have the same
for open or for over 40.
I'm talking about over 40. So they don't have the team where they talk now. Say everybody now is a matter of that.
But then in line with what Jimmy is saying, El Paso was told to come and register for the competition 2 weeks.
2 weeks before tournament, they were not fully prepared.
So they were not prepared.
They were not prepared.
Let me go to Dallas Elephants. Dallas Elephants, they were playing at home. And they registered before match ending. And we are looking at they score 0. And they consider 10 goals. And they are home. So what can you say about that?
Numbers.
And they have numbers. So it's not a matter of over 40. Some people sabi play. And some people don't sabi play. You may have Kinetic in your team that can give you 2 minutes instant noodles, and you can have a maker that can give you 30 minutes.
But guess what? You see, the reason why I was not too mad at whatever was going on in over 40 is because I speak with a maker well, and I know months before that these guys, they were not even thinking about the open. When I speak to a maker, he will tell me months before the competition, we are winning this one.
I told Nimi too now.
Yeah.
Because like we saw it in Maryland.
Guess what? This guy was extending his tentacles into our own camp.
Guys,
were telling us to our face that I'm playing for New York.
Those are my guys too now. They'll be my guys too now.
So guys,
I see them every Saturday, and then they are telling me we are playing for New York.
Let's wrap this up. So the 4 teams that went all the way, we had Austin Eagles. They finished with 12 points, and they finished with 9 points. They scored 15, considered 3. We had Houston Green Eagles. I think Houston Green Eagles was one of the top teams in over 40. They scored 11, considered 0. Africa Stars New York 10-0. Alliance. Let's talk about Alliance, man, quickly. Kinetic. Alliance came in their first time ever. Uzo brought that team to Dallas, and they shocked everybody all the way. They were the number 1. Houston Green Eagles and them, but this was the first time, and they were able to make the national top 4.
In Texas now, let me say it directly in Texas, not only Houston. In Texas now, only Houston Green Eagles and Alliance play soccer at the level of over 40 right now. Because between you and I, we go to these soccer scrimmages, we train, but we know when game starts, we are expecting that one guy that is playing in college will play in our open and something like that and all that. But every single training session, those guys that plays for Alliance, those guys that play for Green Eagles, you see them every week.
Yeah, that's true.
They are playing together. Remember you and I, when we were talking to the president for Alliance, we were telling him NSFUSA is not the same thing. And the guy was adamant saying that, look, but you see, the as much as we tried to scare him that it was a whole, it was a bigger tournament and all that, he kept telling them at the scrimmages that, look, these guys are telling you that you cannot handle what is there. And those guys were gingered towards, let's see the international players that we want to play against. Let's see them. It's the same thing with Austin FC.
Austin Eagles.
Austin Eagles. Dele puts his heart, his everything into it. It's not easy to lead men. But when you do so with the way Dele does, you put everything on the line. And I wouldn't be surprised if those teams that you mentioned, you see, Dallas FC, Green Eagles,
no,
Alliance.
not Dallas FC. No, Alliance FC.
I said Dallas, sorry.
Green Eagles, Austin,
Alliance,
Eagles,
and Green Eagles.
New York, yeah.
And New York, they still will go far in the over 40 in
Las Vegas.
In Las Vegas, because these ones are no longer playing with the
young boys.
And
you know what, you're right.
With regards to the calling, the Invisibles now, we are still trying to carry those young boys and believe that we can get something from the open and all that. Look, New York, they were not even mad. Their main focus is on that over 40.
Over 40.
Yeah, and the thing that helps us too is we practice every week with our young guys. So those things really help us. Like our practice is a combined practice. We and the young guys practice together. So those things help us a lot. We play friendly games with, even in Brooklyn, we have an over 35 league that we're playing.
Yeah.
So we play friendly games with people that are like 30, 35, So those things help us a lot.
Yeah, just like you do, Alliance has an open camp. Yeah. Alliance trains 3 times a week. Open camp. Young boys, everybody come around. And so that helps them. Green Eagles, all these things that we are talking about, the real old taker is Green Eagles. They have just changed their modus operandi of saying they want to carry young boys along. They are no longer carrying any young boy along.
Yeah.
Green Eagles have decided that they will do their thing the traditional way. These are the guys that, and it was just bad luck too that did not make Green Eagles go all the way.
So guys, Emeka, again, congratulations. That final, I think your toughest game was against Houston Green Eagles.
So no, our toughest game was Dallas, the third game in the group. That was the toughest
against game Dallas.
Yes.
DGE?
Yes, because that game, Dallas needed to get a result. We needed to win that game to get 9 points. And they brought in some players that were not up to 30, up to 40. I know that one for sure. Because I know like 2 of the players. One of them lived in New York before. He begged me to play, but I was like, we're still going to beat them. So, but it was a tough game. That was the toughest game.
That was the toughest game you had.
Yeah. It was a tough game. Yeah.
Okay, so as we look into Las Vegas now, we're going to wrap this up real quick. As we look into Las Vegas, registration is going to start in a week and a half time. We are hoping teams, early registration helps us in terms of the planning, doing everything right. The reason why, let me give you guys a secret. The reason why McKinney was the way it was, where everybody's saying it was good, was, if you guys remember, by February, the first week of February, I think in January, we started registration, and the middle of February, towards end of February, we closed registration. If you guys remember, that gave us enough time to know which teams are coming, planning, and all that, and that's why it came out. So this year we are a little bit slow, but we're going to start. In a week or 2 registration. But coming into Las Vegas, Jimmy, you are the new taker. Your hand to shine. The defending champions, United Nations. Although we want to encourage made in Nigerian products, but your United Nations, you're coming to Las Vegas. what should fans, NSFUSA, all takers like Kinetic, what should they be expecting from Storm FC?
Man, same thing, man. Tom FC, man, we come in. You should be expecting fluidity, fluid soccer, like clean. No, we're gonna do all our talking on the field. You expect us to come in and compete, man. So I think last year we set a good standard, good tone. I think all our games, there was no game that Storm FC no play good football. So it was
Yeah.
like we didn't win a game just because we didn't win a game out of like luck. I would say we didn't win a game out of like anything. So that so you
Yeah.
should expect that from Storm FC. Every game we play, it's going to be competitive, no
And
matter what.
you're coming for that title. You think you can do it in the desert? Las Vegas hot desert. You think you can go in there and storm it with the title?
I won't promise anything. Already
Mm.
my biggest thing was I had something to prove. Storm FC, we had something to prove in Dallas, man. So we did that
You did
already.
it. No,
We
no,
did
no,
it. So
no.
now coming to Las Vegas, no pressure. I'm coming to have fun. You go see me on Thursday. You go see me for hotel. You go see me. This time, nobody saw me in Dallas. I was
Yeah.
filled to my place. I was locked in.
You were
Now
on the
you go see
mountain
me.
top. You were
You're
on
on
the
the
mountain
mountain top.
top.
You go see me. Video come on. You go see me there because there's no pressure. I go
There's
come
no
out. We go
pressure.
enjoy. So now there's no pressure. But I would say Storm FC, we're still going to come out there and do our thing. So
Okay. Emeka, coming in now, New York, over 40, the title, the sweet. I can see how they lick your lips, you're with the jersey. I see that day, you're almost in tears, crying after winning that trophy. Now, it's not about winning, but who can do what Kinetic did? You do first one, you do second, you do three. Because right now, everybody's looking between Storm and New York for over 40, for example. Who can in over 40, there's never been a back-to-back champion ever. What should we be expecting from New York coming this year in Las Vegas?
We're coming to definitely defend the trophy. Our goal is to win it again. Yes, you said there's no one that has gone back to back. We plan to do that, but God willing, but definitely we'll start preparing. Like I sent you some pictures. We train inside the snow. Like
Hmm.
this yesterday, we had our practice. It was snowing. We played inside it. So we are kind of like, are dedicated to like come back and defend the title. We've already started doing our registration process. Like we've had people committing to be in Vegas. Already, I can tell you that we've already had like 15 people already committed,
Wow,
committed that they are
man.
going to
How do you
travel.
see that? How do you get that? You've won it. Some kind of you win it. There's no more, like I
Yeah,
don't, we
but
don't
but
win.
so
There's no
now, so
motivation,
the thing is now we know all eyes are on us, and we know anyone we're playing against will be kind of like people ready to play us. This one went very well because we had that determination from what happened in Maryland. We were really upset at what happened in Maryland. So we wanted to prove a point. So that was the reason why, from the beginning, after speaking to the guys, they all gave me their, mindset that we're going to win. So that's why I keep telling you that we're winning it. I told Kinetic the same thing that we're winning it. Like,
Yeah.
we had players that can help us win it. Kinetic
Hmm.
took one of them back, and find way. I don't know what in them do. They collect after we don't do Jesse for but turns out we still end up winning. So
That's good,
we'll do the
man.
same thing again.
I know you too. You collect currently. You collected players like
I
Yomi.
didn't
You
collect
collected
anything. He's a New
currently. What is
Yorker.
the center back? What is the center back name? The third FA.
Okay. Yes.
FA and
Yes.
FIFA
Yes.
is
We
still
did that
looking.
one.
We are still looking into that. Kinetic, Mr. Oteka, three-time champion Oteka. You are here now again. Like coming into this McKinney was about four. And honestly, it wouldn't have been good for NSF USA if Collins still won it for the fourth consecutive time. So we needed to have, but the only surprise I had was this was in Texas, the home state. You see what I'm saying? The home ground. We were thinking they were going to come. Kennedy, what is the expectation this year for Colin coming into Las Vegas?
Obviously, we We expected a lot more than we got in the last competition. But just like you rightly mentioned, I don't think it would have been a good look for NSFUSA if we had gone the fourth time. And that will inform the reason why when Minions were coming at us before the competition, trying to take our guys, he kind of like just stepped down, because if it was going to be an all-out war, the highest goal scorer in that competition, he was admin for Colin when he was playing for New York to win the over 40 tournaments. He was admin for Colin. So how do you
said he was
explain
going to
that?
play for New York, though, right from the beginning.
Okay, I'll let that be. One of the best players in that tournament ever was that guy that we had to fight tooth and nail to come back, Henry. Imagine if Henry had played for New York. Guys, let me not miss words. If Henry had played for New York,
yeah,
you would have given them the trophy from the group stages. From the group stages. That's how prepared New York was. Trust me. That's the best thing that happened to Colin. It was only because of Henry that we had a glimmer of a chance.
But I'm looking at the table. You guys finished. Is it Colin finished in mega 8?
Of all the goals that we scored, it was only that scored all the goals that we scored.
Yeah.
And if it was not there, we probably would have finished. There were 12 teams there. We would have finished 12.
You had great players like you had McKinney, you had Dakbo India, and all those players there.
Yeah, those are the guys. All of us were born in 1981, 1981, 82, all of that. We are all old players. Old players that we can't even run.
Yeah.
So again, we notice that all of the guys that were making good names everywhere, Ife for New York, Yomi for New York, those guys won trophies. You mentioned here there was Aurora, where the 80% of Aurora is the backbone of Colin. Mamba took 40%. 40% of the Mamba team, they are from Colin.
Yeah. They decimated this year. Colin was decimated.
They were just everywhere, and because they were in Texas, you see some of these guys like that Mamba that you are mentioning, he won't travel. So because he doesn't have to travel, he will do some cajoling and steal one or two players.
Are you saying we won't see Mamba in Vegas?
I don't think you won't see camp in Vegas. You heard it here first. Those guys are Gamtex.
Gamtex. You won't see Gamtex.
You won't see Gamtex.
Okay.
You will see Gamtex.
So when you decimate a team like that, there's really no more fights.
So Kinetic is telling us they're coming back for the trophy next year because Colin is going to be back intact for Vegas.
So in Vegas, for Vegas, like I did previously, there's a new executive, and the first thing that they are trying to do is to rally around and get back all our players. Because that's the personnel that we are losing. We are losing them to too many underground teams. Well, so if those guys can do the hard work of bringing them back, we will have a good showing.
Well, guys, listen. Las Vegas will be the best NSFUSA ever. We will be on the Las Vegas Strip. You know how it is. I'm worried about young players, young people coming to that Las Vegas. You know, the casinos and everything. It will be fun. I see Kinetic smiling. Emeka, you have a hard time holding those players. After Friday night and Saturday night, you have a long time. Jimmy, this one you say you'll be everywhere. Your players may need you to go to that mountain top as you did this year.
My boys are disciplined, so that won't be a problem for me. Even if we play inside of the strip, for no problem.
Well,
the same thing for us too, because I think one thing that helped us win this tournament was normally when we go to this tournament, we go out, after maybe first game and second game. But for over 40 teams, even we have entertainment after every game. There's drink, there's food, but you won't believe it that none of the guys went out. None of the guys drank because we really wanted to win this one.
Wow.
So in Vegas, guys might decide to go out because we don't win out. But
Yeah.
I'll try to put that spirit in them again so that we can do the same thing that we did
I,
in
I
Texas.
I think the rallying call for you will be no team has ever won it twice. I
Yeah.
think Kinetic, your own rallying call will be no team has ever won three comeback again. And let's start the dynasty back again. And Jimmy, your own rallying call will be I don't think any team in the last 10 years, Maryland team has won it back to back. So, we all have things to go on. We are hoping you're passing these messages to your team when registration opens. You guys will be ready to go. We'll get Las Vegas going. And I think Las Vegas we have, you guys will see on the chart, we have Maine. Even a team in Maine is coming and they are saying they are going to win the tournament. We are
Woto,
going to
woto,
see.
woto. By 2027, they'll be shamboging.
So, guys, thank you very much for this episode, man. We'll come back to go through the quarterfinals and see how Colin were stormed out. Kinetic was crying. We'll see how New York got bamboozled out. We saw how Invisible Eagles went past DGE, and we saw how Aurora did what they always do: quarterfinals, penalty shootout loss, 3 years in a row. So let's go in. We're gonna be back next time for this conversation. Thank you, and have a very good day, guys.
All
So
right, thank you, Harry.
one feedback though, you guys should try for the over 40. Let's try to keep the registration, the team count in a way where we don't run into the same issue we ran into
Yeah,
last time. Because I think it's
yeah,
not fair for a team to win all their games and don't progress to the next round.
that's true. They were
I think
sad.
we should try to keep the counts, like let the number be either 16,
Or
20,
20.
like that, instead
Yeah.
of 18, where we'll now start doing this mathematics.
You're 100% right, but what that means is
When the
there may be
registration
there may be a
starts,
round, there may be a
silent.
there may be a shot for quarterfinals. Can over
Yeah,
40 play
and that's
quarterfinals?
fine. And that's fine. If we have 16 teams, we can play 16 teams and still play quarterfinal, and they're all good. We did 18 teams this last time. That was the reason why we had that issue of, because it's just
Yeah,
one extra game. It's just one
yeah.
extra game. Because
Emeka, now wait till I don't think Kinetic would have been able to play another game after that
No,
third
no,
game.
no, no. Listen, Emeka, not Emeka, Nimi. We will discuss the modalities elsewhere, but
Right.
then, like what Emeka is trying to say, we can have 16 teams and go straight to the quarterfinal and go straight to the
to the
semifinals.
Yeah,
Easy.
semifinal
yeah,
too.
the top
Yeah,
team, right? The top
Yeah, the
team.
top
yeah,
four. Yeah, but
yes.
then having that number where it's
So
difficult for you
you
to,
cannot lose a game, or you just have to be the best in your group, and then
yeah,
you go to the semifinals direct.
Even
But
if
a
it's 16
situation
team, it
where
could be 1-1, qualify or
yes,
something.
exactly what I'm saying,
Yes.
yes.
exactly what I'm saying.
Yes. So,
Yeah, I think
So,
it's a good
for
it's
a
a good idea,
situation,
but
just like Emeka is mentioning, a situation where the team puts his group, plays all three games, wins all three games, and still
and
does
you
not
don't qualify.
qualify,
Yeah.
that's not
I
good.
connected. You're part of this. You know the pressure of you got the teams and teams are
I
like, we
know,
want
we
to
couldn't help
register.
it.
Please have us register.
Exactly,
Please
that's what I'm
put
saying.
us. Let us be part. We have
Register
to call them.
quickly, and register a mass. So if we get to 16, then we have to get to 24.
Yeah,
That's
we
the
have
only
to
way we
go
can
to,
do
yeah.
about it.
Okay. Well, guys, thank you very much, man. Have a very good night. Bye bye.
Thank you.